YouTube, it's me. I'm back for my second video. I'll be talking about anxiety today. I was supposed to post this video last night, but I was unable to do so because I had other responsibilities I had to take care of. But anyway, I'm back. I'm back today to talk about anxiety and kind of what that feels like and what that does for anyone who has never experienced anxiety, who don't know what it's like to live and manage that every day. And for those who haven't watched my first video and don't know who I am, my name is Stephanie. I am a young person. I am 23 years old and I live in Kentucky. And I am a mental health advocate and a youth peer support specialist, mom, and a normal person, but I'm also a person who struggles with their own mental health diagnosis. So that's basically me, and the purpose of this channel is to hopefully reach somebody who needs to hear a positive, encouraging message to kind of promote recovery and raise awareness and reduce stigma. Just really, really awesome things that I'm wanting to do with this channel, and I hope that I accomplish that. But anyway, to talk about anxiety. For those of you who don't have anxiety and you don't know what it feels like, for me, most of my anxiety is social anxiety. People freak me out. Social situations freak me out. Anything dealing with other people just kind of I have a hard time with, whether it's talking on the phone or doing stuff like this, kind of putting myself out there. I don't know. Sometimes I feel like I'm having a heart attack. Sometimes I get nauseous, my hands get sweaty, I feel like I'm going to pass out. Sometimes I cry, and I get to the point where I want to hide under the blankets and not leave my bedroom for a number of hours because my anxiety is just so ridiculous. It makes me terrified of the world. It makes me terrified to talk to people. Sometimes my anxiety convinces me that everybody hates me, nobody likes me. So it does a lot. It affects me a lot, and you know, the older that I've gotten, the more I've had to learn how to deal with that and how to manage that in my day-to-day life, so it doesn't become so debilitating. And you know, for me personally, I just really have to fight through that, and it's all about your attitude, I think, because you can choose to, well, there's two different paths you can take if you think about it. There's the victim path, where you can let your anxiety, let situations bother you to the point where you can't get anything done or accomplish anything, and let it manage you. Or you can overcome that and kind of survive that and push past that and do what you need to do, even if it freaks you out, like doing a YouTube video or calling someone on the phone or approaching a situation that may make you uncomfortable. And I've learned that when I've done those types of things, it's very empowering. You know, most people who know me, and if they watch this, they'll probably be surprised to learn that I have social anxiety, because I'm a very sociable person. I love people. That's why I'm in the business that I'm in, and that's why I want to work in mental health the rest of my life, is because of the compassion and the love that I have for other people. And you know, I'm not gonna let my anxiety stop me from fulfilling my goals and chasing my dreams, even though it can be pretty terrifying sometimes. the first time that I really, I think, experienced like major social anxiety was I was at a training about leadership and how to be a leader in your community and how to advocate. And we were in groups. There was about 35 people in this training. And we were all at our tables. And I think there's like 5 people at a table. So in my group, there was 5 people, including myself. And we had to talk in front of the big audience for a minute, just for a minute, which doesn't seem like a long time. But talk for a minute about a serious subject. And they had these subjects posted at the front of the room. I think they had subjects about like political parties, stuff like that, you know, stuff that normally creates discussion for sure. And you know, we sat at our table and we had like a good speech prepared for each of us, and we had all of our stuff ready, and I was like, you know, I can do this, I'm prepared, I have my notes in front of me, and I get up in front of everybody and I freeze. And I start talking, and it's not even, I'm not even for sure if it was on subject or not, because I just completely blacked out. I thought for sure I was going to hit the floor. I got super sick and super scared. I don't really remember much about how that went on, but yeah, it was pretty intimidating. And I only had to talk for a minute, but for some reason that was just the most, I don't know, terrifying thing ever. Yeah. Anyway, and then we had to watch like our progress at dinner because it was recorded. So they videotaped the entire discussion, and I missed dinner that night at that training. I did not go. That was the one time that I missed anything, because the thought of seeing myself just get up in front of a room full of people and just babble like an idiot scared the crap out of me. And sometimes still does. But, you know, that's a part of the work that I want to do, and public speaking is a big part of my life, so I kind of just had to suck it up and kind of just had to push myself and get comfortable with it and kind of gently challenge myself to do certain things so my anxiety doesn't control how I live my life, I guess you could say. And you know, talking on the phone just really freaks me out. Like, I still don't understand why talking on the phone freaks me out. It may have something to do with the fact that we are so big into our social media now that it's texting and Snapchat and Facebook and all of those things, and not really so much talking on the phone. But anyway, you can see my chest is broke out, like super red right now. Yeah, that's my anxiety physically manifesting itself on my skin, because that's what I do. And I just kind of choose to take control of that and do positive self-talk. I don't know about anybody else, but it's very easy for me to be like, oh my gosh, I can't do this. What was I thinking? This is crazy. Nobody's gonna like my videos. Nobody's gonna like anything I have to say. It's not important, and just all this negative stuff. It's almost like there's a devil sitting on my shoulder telling me that I'm just wasting my time, or I can't do it, or I'm not good enough, or I look bad, or just anything negative to kind of bring my spirits down. And I have to just kind of ignore that and just stop for a second and remind myself that, you know, I am good at what I do, and that people do value my opinion, and that I can do whatever it is that, you know, I I want to do. Like, I'm a very determined person, so when I set my mind to something, like, I really, really want to do it, and I'll push myself to do it. Um, I'm I'm thankful that I'm a lot like that. I guess I get that after my dad, because my dad's a whole lot like that. But anyway, I may sound like a babbling idiot, but at least I'm holding myself accountable and doing what I need to do, and documenting, recording these types of things, because I know that there's someone out there who's going to understand this. And for people who don't, I just hope that you're willing to have an open mind and understand that there are people who live with this and struggle with this every day. And it's just, you can wake up for no reason and like have anxiety, and it's just there. And you have to just learn to deal with that. Like, I feel like I'm physically and emotionally just so back and forth, and I can't deal with one thing before another thing starts happening. I asked one of my friends today, because she has anxiety. I was like, what does your anxiety feel like to you? And she said, honestly, anxiety to me is almost like when you're cooking on a stove and you have all 4 burners going and everything's trying to boil over at once, and you're trying to tend to different things, and it seems like everything's just falling on top of you. It's piling, like it's right there, and it gets very overwhelming. And I think that's pretty accurate. That's really what it's like to have anxiety. But like I said, for me, positive self-talk, pushing myself to do things that I have anxiety about, because in the end it makes me more comfortable, and I'm really proud of myself and what I've accomplished when I do those types of things. And there's nothing wrong with letting people know that you're kind of freaked out about something, or that you have anxiety about a situation or anything. Like, I just told YouTube that my chest is broke out, that my anxiety is so bad right now that you can physically see it. So there's nothing wrong with doing that, because there's other people who are around you who may not be brave enough to necessarily say those things. Anyway, if you have any questions about anxiety, or you would like me to go more in depth about that, or need any more tips and anything like that, just please comment or subscribe or whatever. Just keep in contact. I'm really desperate to hear from people. That's my goal. I want to help people, so you can do that. And please go easy on me, and don't hate on me, because I know that that's a possibility. I think that's one of the reasons why I'm so freaked out. Anyway, I guess I'm going radio silent, and thanks for watching.